Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play 999. I have a bit of a flu right now, so yeah. So we are back to the last part. I don't remember very much about it, because I've been playing a whole lot of games. But yeah, let's get started. He let go of Clover. Wait! Junpei leaped towards the ninth man, but he wasn't fast enough. The man shoved Clover and hopped through the door. Okay, have a good one, guys. I'm off ahead now. Well then, goodbye. He raised his hand away with a twisted smirk on his face. Then he was gone. The door ground shut with a dull clang of metal on metal. Clover? Are you alright? Snake ran to Clover's side as he laid on the floor. Yeah, I'm fine. She climbed unsteady to her feet. One leaned heavily on Snake's shoulder for support. Junpei ran to the door. The others followed him. Several paired hands grabbed hold of the handle and pulled. They grunted and strained, but it won't budge. That was when Lotus, the dancer, spoke. Her voice was quiet. Do you hear something? Like what? Like some sort of beeping? Junpei pressed his ears against the cold metal door. The others did the same. You're right, I can hear it too. What is this? They heard something else. It was the ninth man. Why isn't it stopping? God damn it. You lied. Lied. This wasn't supposed to happen. This is wrong. This is wrong. His voice shook with fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the door and looked at one another. What is happening in there? Oh, open the door, please! I'm begging you. Help me. Help me get out of here. Get me out of here. Junpei grabbed hold of the device. He slammed his hand on the screen panel. Nothing happened. Why wouldn't it register him? He looked at the display with the asterisk it shown. It said engaged. Oh my god, there's no time left. Listen, I was lied to. He lied to me. He put me in here. It was him. He killed me. It was him. Yeah! Explosion rocked the room. Instinctively they ducked, then stood up slowly when they realized there was no danger. No one spoke. Sounds filled the room. Oh my god. And that silent, electrical tone that echoed across the room sounded loud like a gunshot. All eyes turned towards it. It had come from the device next to the door. The display changed from engaged to vacant. Let's see if we can open it. Seventh man swallowed hard. Junpei nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. The red asterisk appeared on the LCD panel. The device had registered Junpei's bracelet number 5. It was not enough, however. At least 2 more people were needed. Junpei asked. Which pair? I guess this is where we get multiple paths, I don't know. Levy told me there was multiple endings to the game, so I need to pick a pair. Well, if whatever happened to them is gonna happen to me, I kinda wanna... I really like Ace, though. Ace is really cool. I'm gonna go with Santa and June, though. Santa and June. You think you can give me a hand here? The pun was a little too on the nose, but the mood was still grim. Both Santa and June lifted their hands silently. They verified and followed suit. Yep. They fulfilled the conditions. If they were to pull on the lever on the side. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna open it. Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. The stiffness and nodded. Junpei nodded back and set his mouth like a grim line. Then he slowly lowered the lever. There was a metallic groan and the door slid open. The breath of air drifted out, carrying a stench that nearly made them gag. Junpei rinsed his hands over his mouth. Oh my god. Good god. Lotus and they shuddered. Seven grunted. Oh, that's pretty bad. Santa's voice shook. He blew up. It appeared Santa was right. The hallway on the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of torn flesh and dark red blood. A shriek echoed across the room. It had come from June. Her strength on her side as she dropped. As Junpei tried to catch her, the door groaned shut. She crumpled to the floor. June, are you okay? Junpei dropped to his knees, put his arms around her shoulder. That was when he noticed. Her body was feverish. She radiated an intense heat. What the hell? Where did the fever come from? She didn't answer. Her face looked relaxed and her whole body began to shake. Alright, let's rest for a minute, okay? You think you can walk? She nodded weakly. Junpei lifted her to her feet and guided her to a nearby chair. Here we go. Gently as he could, he began to sit down. How are you feeling? Are you alright? She nodded. A single huge tear rolled down the side of her face. Why? Why did this happen? Voice cracked, broke with misery and grief, and choking with his sobs. Why did this happen? Junpei spun around. Do any of you know what the f is going on here? Who's Zero? What's this nonnery game? Come on, anybody? Anything? What the hell is going on? What are we doing here? No one spoke. Ace, Snake, Santa, Clover, Seven, and Lotus. They simply stood, their seven pair discounting grim lines of their mouth. June's body shook with a silent sob. Holy crap. I'm sorry, but that's really nerve-wracking. You just don't open the door, and on the other side you see the hallway covered in blood. They slowed as the minutes ticked by, and eventually they stopped. Whew! And suddenly a cold, heavy silence enveloped with a thick fog, and the bell began to ring. The clock in the central hall. 7, 8, 9, 10 times. So now we only have 8 hours. And on the 10th ring it stopped. The sound of the bell faded away into silence. 10 o'clock then. Ace said, which each of them had been thinking. It means it's been an hour since Zero's little announcement. Seven's deep voice echoed across the room. I've had enough of this crap. Santa leapt to his feet, fish clenched. How long are we gonna pussyfoot around like this? We've only got 8 hours until the time limit Zero said it was upon us. Let's get going already. Go, 6 o'clock. Santa's outburst fell deaf ears. No one seemed to agree with him. They stared back at him, their eyes blank and their face tired. Finally, Lotus spoke. No, I refuse. I'm not going to end up like him. Him? You mean the ninth man? Of course. Who else? In his mind, Junpei saw the corpse again. The dark reddish pool of blood, scattered pieces of flesh. The organs strewn across the floor like blossoming grotesque flower. The explosion had torn through his body, had been powerful. The ninth man's neck was twisted at an odd angle. Junpei suspected that the disseration had thrown him against the wall. Half of his face was crushed and the other half was covered in blood. Most of his abdomen had been emptied, either by the explosion or by gravity. He had landed on his back, his stroked white ribs jetted open out of his chest. It was almost like some sort of macropo crab. Junpei felt something flip in his stomach. I think he just screwed up. Eyebrows went up as Santa continued. He probably set off some sort of trap and that killed him. I'm not gonna screw up like that. I'm getting out of here alive. Yeah. Whatever Snake was laughing at, Santa did not find particularly humorous. What's so goddamn funny? My apologies, you were just so very confident. I couldn't help myself. What the f... I think you've mistaken the situation. Huh? The ninth man's death had nothing to do with the trap, or at least of the sort of trap that you would imagine. Then, he broke one of Zero's rules. That's why he died. Quite simply, if you think about it. Still don't? Alright, how about I take a moment and then think back to what Zero said. Specifically, what did he say about the number of people? He said only 3 to 5 people can pass through a numbered door, right? And after that, you've forgotten the relevant parts. What did Zero say? Santa frowned his brows in thought. Junpei thought back. Zero said... that everyone verified had to go through. All those who entered must leave, and all those who enter must contribute, right? I think that was something like that. Whatever it was, the groups of people would be no less than 3 to 5 can go through. That's correct. A gold star for you, Junpei. Snake and Clyde head towards Junpei. The ninth man, however, broke the rule. He tried to pass through the numbered door by himself, and that's why he was executed. Zero's watching us from somewhere, making sure we don't break any of the rules. I'm not so sure about that. Why not? Because the execution system is entirely automatic, didn't you notice? There was no need for him to monitor us. What do you mean? Snake looked at Seven, what could only be described as pity in a sigh. Very well. Seems I must be the one whom tells. I've waited long enough, I suppose. I'd hope Zero might spare me the trouble, but it seems increasingly unlikely. He couldn't see them, of course, but perhaps Snake sensed the confusion since confused eyes upon him. Ace spoke up and gave his word as anyone else thought. Do you know something? Well, I know a great many things, but yes. What is it you know? Here. Snake removed the card from his pocket and his jacket. With a flourish, he presented it to it, took a close look at it, and spoke. Come on, what's the point of giving me this? Give me that. Santa snatched the card from Ace, but his expression of disgust quickly turned to one of confusion. Huh? The hell is this? Seven tugged it out of Santa's hand. Huh, I see. The card went from Seven to Lotus, from Lotus to June, and finally to Junpei. He looked at it and then understood. This is Braille. Braille, written language for the blind. The card was covered in small and bold bumps. Junpei couldn't recognize it, but he certainly couldn't read it. Sorry guys, I can't read this. Junpei handed the card back to Snake, who nodded with a small smirk. Okay, that was fun. What's so important about this card? I found it in my pocket. I can only assume it's a message from Zero. From Zero. A message? What does it say? Suddenly everyone was crowding around. Snake desperate. Santa especially looked at him from grabbed the whole Snake and answered to him. Snake raised his hand. Calm down now. No need to panic. You don't need to force me, I'll read it. Junpei swallowed hard and waited for him to start. He was not the only one. Presently Snake began to read, his voice calm, his fingers guiding over the tiny bumps as he spoke. Bracelet number 2. Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you and only you with the information. I shall tell you one of the functions of the red of death and the bracelet. The red is the recognition device. It will verify your number. Beside every number door you will find is a red. The dead is the deactivation device. Holy crap. This is a lot to go on. It does exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the door and the number door, you must to stop the detonator in your bracelet. Perhaps if you're wondering, what does this detonator detonate? I'm afraid this is something of a surprise. I place a small bomb inside you people and the people... Oh my god. People are giving me a bad beat. You swallowed it when you were unconscious. I have no doubt by the time you read this note, the bomb will have passed your stomach and find its way into your small intestines. In other words, you'll be unable to regurgitate it. I suggest you not try. As I mentioned before, on the bracelet on your left hand is the detonator. Think of it as a remote fuse or a timer for the bomb in your body. There's one condition that will cause it to detonate. That condition is that you enter a numbered room. Once you enter it, the small timer will activate no matter how you may be. You will have 81 seconds. If after that timer the detonator has not been deactivated, a small signal to the bomb in your body will instruct it to explode. In order to deactivate the detonator, every person who verified the number at the red must also verify their number at the dead. Once all the numbers have been verified by the dead, you will need to pull the lever at the side and the countdown will cease. Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify the number at the dead. That is to say, if you pass through a numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, in 81 seconds you will be dead. You must also keep in mind that the numbered door closes automatically after 9 seconds has passed. If you are as long as the door is not open, the dead will not function. You will do this to remember this well. Lastly, let's discuss how to remove the bracelet. There's only 2 ways to do so. 1, you escape from the ship. 2, your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, the bracelet is taken outside confidence of the ship, where his heartbeat fallen to 0 will shut down automatically. There's no other way to remove your bracelet. If you attempt to force it off or disable the detonator, the bomb will immediately explode. This is all the information that I can impart to you. However you choose to do so far is you to decide. If you wish, you wisely can eliminate those who might be in danger for you for all time. For a time, you will be able to control your fate. I wish the best of luck to you. Snake finished reading the card carefully and returned it to his pocket. The message had been lengthy, but its meaning was clear. Only those who verified their numbers at the red could possibly pass through a numbered door. Teams cannot increase or decrease their numbers. The reds and deads and bracelets enforced the rules. They were judge, jury, and executioner. In defiance of Zero's suggestion, both Santa and Seven put their fingers on the throat and began to gag. The rest stiffened. Some of them touched their stomach and simply stared at their bracelets. Junpei gingerly touched his stomach. There was a bomb inside his body. Throughout it made him queasy. His stomach felt odd and hollow. His legs were weak. Why had Zero designed such a ludicrous game? Junpei looked over at the others. Alright, I'm gonna ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero? They're all silent, each person waiting to hear what other would say. Finally, Santa spoke. Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed. I didn't see his face, though. That son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask. What the hell? Come on, guys, give me something. You know how surprised or something? You know, like surprise or something? Said Santa was who looked surprised. The moment of silence, and then everyone spoke at once. Yeah, I saw him too. Me too. He was wearing a gas mask. All stories were sorted out. The truth became clear. All the stories were the same. They had been abducted at home at midnight. The person claiming to be Zero who wore the mask. There had been white smoke and each person passed out. When they awoke, they found themselves on the D-deck room with a 3-level bunk bed. Only 7 stories seemed to lack the details of the others. Oh, me? Yeah, well, mine was just like the rest of yours. That's all he said. It occurred to Junpei that it sounded something strange, but he didn't press on the issue. He hadn't done so because there was something in him that struck as even stranger. The mystery relationship between Snake and Clover. For some reason, they had been abducted in the same room and woken up in the same room. Junpei looked at them thoughtfully. So what's the deal of you two, anyway? It was Clover that answered. Clearly she felt she had nothing to hide. We're siblings. Okay, enough of that. Siblings? Yeah. Snake is my older brother, obviously that means I'm his little sister. Is that really hard to understand? Junpei was taken aback. It seems the others are just surprised. She's correct, of course. He laid his hand on Clover's shoulder. Are you surprised? Well, yeah, but why? There are other people with connections to one another. Those two, for instance. Snake pointed to Junpei and June. Oh, you mean between Junpei and me? Ah, yes. You did say you were childhood friends, didn't you? We went to school together. Yeah. June glanced at Junpei uncomfortably with a sudden tension. Junpei felt somewhat nervous and tried to scratch his head casually as possible. Maybe we can figure Zero is the way. This way. Yeah, you're right. You connected the dots between the victims, and that led you to the prep. Led you to the perp. It's the prep, the textbooks. Textbook stuff, whatever. Junpei, June, does any of this ring a bell? Ring a bell. Ring a bell? They looked at one another, as if they staged, both titled their neck at the same time. Perhaps he went to school with the son of a multimillionaire. Multimillionaire? Son? Well, someone bought the boat and set up all of this. Whoever Zero is probably incredibly rich. We can't be sure of that. It could be the work of an organization, not individuals, or must be representative of a large group. What sort of organization? It could be a number of things. An army, perhaps a research group. Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment. If it is, then it's a pretty effed up experiment. I mean, come on, the guy's dead. We're dead, hung in the air, heavy and ominous. The room was quiet again. I don't know what the hell is this Zero is, but I know it's gotta be pretty effed up. He's gotta be a pretty effed up, and I had to do all this. If this was all one guy, then he's got some serious issues. Even with the specter of death hanging over them, the discussion continued for some time. In the end, however, they learned nothing. Oh my god. Come on, it's 10:30, get ready! 1 through 5, and their 9 hours have gone. 1/5 of their hours have gone. They had shown for its impatience. And it looks like we only got 7.5 hours left, okay? You're really sure we should just be sitting around? No one was willing to agree this time. Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed. Sure not going to be fun running around, knowing we got it. Jump zeros. Say jump. That's stupid. Well, it's stupid to be sitting around doing nothing here. Thanks to 6 Hard, at least we have some kind of idea how all this works. Correct, and as long as we follow the rules, we should, well, most likely be alright. But what? Who's gonna be in which door? June looked towards the number doors. Oh yeah, that's right. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. 8 of us can't go through the same door. That would seem we'd have to split up. Wait! Lotus looked terrified. I'm telling you now, there's no way in hell I'm going through the door into 5. Come on now, don't be selfish. Tell me whatever the hell you want, I'm not going in there. I'm gonna have to walk through that blood, and I'd rather stay here. And we're doing so well. We were doing so well. He shook his head sadly. Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Someone else can go through door number 5. Oh, Santa, not you two. Hey man, I just bought these shoes. Thinking I'm getting some creepy dude's blood all over them. You got another thing. You got another thing coming. This was the last straw. What the hell, man? Really, when we kept saying we should get going. Yeah, so? Doesn't mean I want to get in door number 5. Oh god. It was an awkward silence. Finally someone spoke. Fine. I'll go into door number 5. Can't go in there alone though. Anyone else willing to come with me? There was another long silence. This time Snake was the one to break it. I'll go. What? Don't worry, you'll be fine. We may part, but I'm certain we'll meet again. How do you know that? Because I do. That's not an answer. If you're going, I'm going too. I'm going to door number 5. What am I gonna do with you? There's nothing you have to do. Hey, step forward. If I join you, problem solved, correct? 7 to a snake. If you had 4, and my number's 1 to digital root would be 5. Oh, it works perfectly. 4 of us can go through the door 5. Wait. What about the other 4? What's their digital root gonna be? Junpei did a quick mental calculation. A letter Santa, June, and Junpei remain. Their bracelets 85635. What would that digital root be? Okay, well, let's look at this. Let's look at this smart. Let me open up Notepad for a quick second. Notepad. All right. So 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 equals... Okay, so 9, 4, 24... No. Okay, so add the 2 biggest numbers first, that makes 14, 17... 14, 17... Oh my god. I'm gonna have problems with this. Let me just add up 2 and 2. So 8 plus 3. So 8 plus 3 is 11. Plus 11. That makes 22, so that's 4. Yeah, that's 4. Just 4, yeah. We repeated what he determined. It's 4. Add up our 4 bracelets and digital root is 4. So we can go through door 4. Yeah, huh? Worked out well. Jupiter ran over his team assignments and said one more time. 4 people going through door number 5. 7, Snake, Clover, and Ace. 4 people would go through door number 4. Lotus, Santa, June, and Junpei. Junpei, I think, asked himself the teams for what he really wanted. Beyond door number 5, what remained of the 9th man. He never wants to see that thing again, but something said it would be unwise not to examine the corpse a little closer. Of course, he went through door number 5. If he went through door number 5, he wouldn't be going with Lotus and Santa. True, it wouldn't be. We'd bring him through door number 5, and that would mean she would have to see the horrific carnage that wait there. Junpei did not want that. Junpei was torn. Should he stay silent or go through door number 4? Go through door number 4, or should he stop them all and insist on going through door number 5? He took his options over and over. In his mind, Ace spoke up. Alright then, seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go? He began to walk towards door number 5. Clover and Snake followed with 7 short distance behind. Junpei, which door do you want to go through? Okay, I'm gonna leave this up to my own sort of thought process right here. I'm gonna give it a thought next time on Let's Play 999. I'll see you all in the next part of this exciting tale. It's kinda gruesome right now. See ya.